Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're very well. I hope you're having a very nice day. If you haven't subscribed already, you will be really helping me out if you can subscribe to my other channel. The link is in the description box, and it's basically these kind of projects, yeah? Aquariums, terrariums. This is a micro plastic pond. Yeah, you will be really helping me out. You can see that this is a micro pond that I created a couple of months ago. Originally, I was going to use one of these little guys. This is a Montezuma cypress cutting that rooted. You can see that it's now rooted. I was going to place it over here, heavily plant the rest, the submerged part of the build, and this was going to be like a complete ecosystem, right? I'm going to still do that. You can check out my other channel for when I built that one. But anyway, that's the introduction, completely unrelated to the topic of the video, but yeah, you will be really helping me out. Thank you so much. So let's continue with the main part of the video. So this is our subject for the day. You can see this is my tiger bark ficus bonsai from scratch edition. You can see that this is, for all intents and purposes, now a finished tree, but you know, some people say trees are never finished, they continue to evolve over time. But you can see the massive navari. You can see the main distribution of the branches and that triangular shape that you know, it's really appreciated when we have in bonsai. You can see that shape continues in every angle of the tree. It's just a matter of developing the fine ramification of the plant, and that's exactly what we're going to be working on right now. In the next couple of months, I'm going to start looking for a pot. Yeah. You know, a nice training bonsai pot, ceramics. You know, I think it's a good idea to start thinking about that. So yeah, today what we're gonna do is we're gonna prune this little guy a bit. Hey, get out of here, and yeah, we're gonna see what's that like. Sorry about that, a bit surreal, but one of the little challenges that I've been had to deal with for the past couple of months. Anyway, I'm gonna place the camera down and we can begin. Okay, so Kitty has been safely removed and imprisoned, and yeah, we can begin. So the main reason why I do this, it's because I want to balance the vigor of the tree, and also I want to ramify main branches, you know, the main branches, and yeah, that's basically why I do this. I'm cutting this because we can take cuttings really easily for this. This is a very popular species, and I've sold the cuttings before. So you know, if you're trying to make a happy buck, like Bob Ross used to say, you can very well do that. Bonsai enthusiasts will recognize your work if it's good, of course. So anyway, we start from the bottom up. What I'm doing is I'm pruning little stops that are not beneficial to the overall design. And if we can see that we got a tip like this, where we have several little leaves or little branches, we can remove the tip, and that's gonna encourage backbudding, you know, and we're getting more branches from that same spot. So if there's a branch, if there's a little section of the plant that's dead, we can also go ahead and remove that, like this one over here. I'm gonna leave this one just because I want to vigorize it. But this is a very good example. You see how this little tip over here is very active. We can go ahead and remove this little tip, and we'll get more ramification from that cut side. Over here we have the same thing, but we can see we have to do a selection of branches here because we got several stemming from pretty much the same point. This one, and this one over here. So what we can do is go ahead and remove this one the central one, and then clip this one and this one over here. Over here we have the same story. We can remove the tip. This one we can you see how this is not very active yet? No new growth, no nothing. Well, we can leave this one, or if we are really curious, we can, you know, just remove that little tip so that it can continue to grow, gain vigor, and then we come in and cut. Yeah. So let's see. You see how this branch over here, one is on the bottom and this one is growing on top. We could fix this by wiring. I'm just going to remove the little stops. We could fix this by wiring. It depends on what you want, really. We already have a somewhat of a good ramification in this main one over here. This one is not so good. So what we could do is come in, wire it so that it, you know, flares out like this, and then we place this one over here. Yeah. It's up to you. Me, I'm just gonna, I think, not sure really. I'm gonna clip this one. Yeah. I'm gonna come in and wire it like so. Yeah. Okay. So that's the second branch. Over here we can see we got the main one. I've already clipped a couple of little branches over there. I'm also gonna clip this one, just because it's growing upwards and in the inner section of the plant. Over here, I think I'm gonna continue like so. Same thing over here. Just clip the tips so you get more branches. If you see that, if you see that there's one section of the plant that's maybe not doing anything, not very active, no new foliage, no nothing, you can leave that. You know, you can leave that be, and because of this, it will start to become more active. Because the plant says, oh, okay, so I can use this to grow. So that's what they do. Look at this one over here. This, we can see that it's super active. And over here we have this little bud that's not doing anything. But because we want the green closer to the trunk, we can go ahead and remove all of this. This is gonna continue to grow. Yeah. Look at this little branch over here, not doing anything, growing underneath the main branch. Move that. Like so. Yeah, so I'm going to continue working with this section of the tree, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when we work over here, up top. Yeah. So I'll place the camera, and I'll see you in a bit. This is a very good example of what we're trying to do here. We can see that this branch over here, it's fairly well ramified. We can see that it divides into two. Yeah, and then we got several little other branches. Well, I'm going to remove this one because it's dead. Yeah, but it's got several other little branches spread out like this. Yeah, but this one over here, it's a, you know, it's a particular case because we got this little main branch here that's wired into position, and this one growing underneath. We can do something that's similar to what we did in the second branch. You know, wire into position, and we got the advantage of having a little piece of wire over there, so we can do this like so. You know, and we will be covering two planes. Of course, I'm going to do this more delicately, but this is, you know, one of those things that pop up while we're working, and you know, I had the opportunity to work on it while I was working on a different operation. Yeah, but yeah, that's what we're doing. So we can see that I'm pretty much halfway through. Yeah, you can see that I've thinned out this branch and this branch too. I'm going to continue with the back side, and then, you know, the most difficult part, which is the top. Yeah, so I'll continue doing that. If I see anything that's worth noting, I'll let you know. And yeah, let's continue. So we've reached the apex of the tree, and you can see that here we got really active branches and really mature foliage from this season. You can see that it's shiny and dark green, so it's mature, and from this season. And so what we do here is we prune heavily. Yeah, we prune really heavily, so that we maintain the shape of the tree, and also we redirect the energy of the plant to the lower branches. Yeah, so that's something that we can do to vigorize the lower sections of a plant. Yeah, look at this one, for example, just how vigorous it is. Over here we also have a little branch that's crossing another one, so those are best to remove. Yeah, and more cuttings. Yeah. Over here we can see that this is an apex replacement that we did months and months ago, but now the apex has been completely replaced. You know, that we've directed this little branch to the top, and it's now super vigorous. It's now the main apex, you know, the apex of the plant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the wire carefully, so that it doesn't produce any extra scarring. So since I'm recording with one hand and moving the plant with the other, that's something that I'm gonna have to do off camera, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, you know, we're all right. You know, this is not very orthodox. I mean, the use of steel wire to do this, but you know, you can make do with what you have. So I'm going to place the camera down and continue working on this, and yeah, we'll keep pruning. I remove the wire. It's over here, and I notice here in the middle, in the front of the tree, we have this little branch that's blocking the view. Sometimes that can be beneficial, you know. Sometimes it can cover maybe a stump or a scar that we want to conceal, but now it's just getting in the way of the view, right, of the apex and the other branches, so we take that away. Yeah. Over here we got the main two branches of the apex, this one and this one. Of course I'm going to prune these back, but this is a very good example of where to cut. If I want this side of the branch, this side, to be covered in foliage, I'm not going to prune over here, because this would lead all of the energy towards this part, yeah, this side of the branch with this little leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut above this, because this is going to go this way, right? So if you're beginning in bonsai, little tip there. There we go. And you know, over here we got old leaves that have been damaged by the sun. We can go ahead and remove those too. And over here we can continue to ramify this by removing that one. Sorry, jittery hands because I just had a huge cup of coffee and I still have some of it. And this one. we're nearly done, my friends. So I'm gonna pause the video and I show you the final result. Yeah, here we go, and here we are. Final result. You can see that we got a bit of scarring over here. I want to try something with a Dremel tool over here, just to see if I can reduce this a little bit. With time, I think it's going to continue to be more unnoticeable, but in the meantime, it kind of looks ugly over there. But you know, it's something that it happens sometimes. So you can see that it doesn't look the best at the moment, but this is an operation that's going to benefit the overall structure of the plant. I can see that I can further cut down the height, like so. And yeah, this little guy is looking really good, you know, at this moment. But in the future, with, you know, that small fine ramification and a nice bonsai pot, this will be really good. Yeah, so I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited for the future of this little guy. My girlfriend really likes this tree. I sometimes joke with her and say, oh, I'm gonna sell it, but I would never sell it, you know. We started this from scratch. We started this from just, you know, something like this. So to see it like this, it's really rewarding. So yeah. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you have any comments, doubts, anything, drop them down below. Please subscribe to my other channel. You would be really helping me out, like I said before. And you know, I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.